And what's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, 22 years selling full-time on eBay, and let's get started. All right, so it's been a few days. So this weekend, Friday went well, $633 day, but they did something Saturday night that just changed things, or Friday night. Saturday just kind of collapsed. At, I believe it was about 2 o'clock, that's halfway through my day, I only had like $70. So whatever they did, it feels like they just took down all my items. It just felt like everything had to start indexing again, that scenario. And so what I did about 2 or 3 o'clock is I turned off my promoted, waited a couple hours, and I turned it back on, and I went the 1 point higher. Like I said, I was going to wait another week, but I'm like, oh, I'm already having this issue. I might as well go ahead and test it. I got one full solid week of consistency at that last number. So now I'm at like 5 and 7, I believe. So now I'm testing at 5 and 7. But Saturday ended up at $406. So $70 through half of the day. Turned it off for a couple of hours, turned it back on, and then ended with 406. So, like I said, it was a progression. It felt like an indexing day, and that carried over to the next day, and then also to the next day, Monday. What has changed is my international sales have picked up during these times. So whatever they did Friday night may have did something with the international sales, and then my item had to re-indexing again, and maybe it re-indexed correctly on international websites also, maybe. I'm not sure. All speculations, but that's just what it appears. Sunday ended with $428, so still lower than the last week, but at least a little bit up. And then yesterday ended with $526, so another step up. So it has that indexing feel, like my items are indexing. We'll know today if it's up again, if that level goes up again. Like I said, though, those are not the actual numbers because I did sell a decent amount of international. Let me pull up UK. So UK on Friday was $29. Saturday was $29. Sunday was $30. So I never had that consistency in quite a while. Well, I had a few there, 3 days. There was actually even a 5 day. But I've had pretty consistent for 1, 2, 3, for a week straight. And hasn't happened in a long time. Monday was only $18. But today we're already at $68 on the UK website. Australia, no. So I guess it was just UK. We'll just go with that, UK. So UK sales. So, and then, so we're at $945. I'm at $113 right now, and then $67 on the UK site. So, this month, so far we're the 20th, $10,447, down 26% from last month. Net sales, $5,580, up 4%, 3.4%, sorry. So that gap is, or that number's shrinking. But this weekend was pretty much kind of, like I said, trashed. It seemed like all my items had to re-index again. So we'll see how that number looks in a week from now, or by Friday, I should say. Average sale per item, $18.04, up 5.3%. So CDs and hats are still battling it out for top spot. Cassettes are back in third. and third place for the month as a whole. So, in t-shirts and in records. So, been drafting, listing my booty off. Had the beginning of the day yesterday had about 2,200 drafts, I think. It was 2,200 drafts. Let me see where I'm at now. Tell me how many I listed yesterday. So 2,010. So I listed about 200 items yesterday. But yeah, that's where we are at right now. So hopefully today will be another growth on the chart. Because whatever they did Friday, I took a hit. But like I said, it seems to have changed my international for the better, at least thus far. All right, questions and comments. We'll get into some shipping. I got some Posh here and then some eBay to get sent out. I list while watching your videos daily. You okay? Haven't seen you in a few days. Yeah, I haven't been shipping. Adrian's been shipping, so I've just been busy listing and drafting. So I want to work. I have 7 years experience in Amazon, eBay, Walmart. Okay, we'll get to work. Still split here, 40 for the man, 40 for me. eBay store and 2,800 and growing. Oh, 40 hours a week. Okay, that's on now. It's like 40 hours a week working and then 40 hours for himself. Wish I could say the same. I'd love to work for myself. Love your videos and motivational reminders because I feel like I can totally relate. Keep creating authentic and inspiring content. Thank you. Always a great watch, nothing but knowledge and information, but also want to say there's another channel aside from the one that can teach, have fun, and just like this one is easy. Watch the channel, 1 Foot Flipper. Sells great, teaches great. I don't think he likes me. I think from what everybody's been saying, he's bad-mouthed me a lot, so I don't think he likes me very much. But hey, what do I know? I've only been doing this 22 years. Didn't you stop promoting cassettes? Maybe that's why they aren't in the top 5. No, I never stopped promoting cassettes. I stopped promoting all that 2 days and then started over. Nice, cute pup. Have you ever looked at other resellers' eBay stores to critique them and give pointers? No. I don't feel we don't have enough information. Just looking at a store is not enough information to help somebody. There's too many variables involved. You can't just go into somebody's store and say, hey, you're not selling high sell-through rate stuff. You are bad. And that's what most of people do out there. In order to get a good critique, you don't need to critique a store. You need to critique the system along with the store. So I would have to know how your layout is, how you do things, your consistency. There's too many variables just to go into somebody's store and say, hey, you suck, or you're doing it right. There's too many variables involved because that's just not the right way to do it, in my opinion, the way that some people do it. You're inspiring, my friend. That list sounds like a song. I wish it were still 2004. I could list a paperclip for auction and get 100 views and 4 bids. That's true. What does K1 mean? Well, some of us know what K1 means. You have to watch a certain video at a certain time to know what K1 means. The only ones who know what K1 means are my awesome people, the respected people. They understand what K1 is. How do you decide which bin to put stuff in after listing the item? Where it will fit. That's pretty much it. Going through, changing them over to boxes so it gives me a little bit more room. Taking out these odd-shaped tubs. So yeah, wherever it fits. So that's the way I'm working it now. I see they're messing with item specifics again. 0 sales today, even after sending offers. Huh. I haven't noticed any change on my item specifics. I just know that mine still don't work properly. And my stores still don't work properly. It still gives me, no matter how many I list, my number stays pretty much the same. It's in between 49,000 and 50,100 or something like that. And it just goes back and forth. So there was a time last week where my number, this could be hopeful, where my number was reading 49 or 50. And then all of a sudden I started getting these sales like ding, ding, ding. I'm like, oh yeah, this feels normal, right? I looked, and then I go to my store for some reason, and it said 52,000 plus items. So it was pretty much on target. Something had changed, and then I had started having a consistency of sales. And then when those sales stopped, that number had changed back. So I'm not sure if it was coincidence related or whatever. Something changed for maybe about 30 minutes, and I had a good 30 minutes of sales, and then it went back. So I am kind of fishy weird, but yeah. More fishing lines in the water means more fish cha-ching. Keep putting out this type of content. That was the short with the Lego. All right, let's get to shipping so I can get this stuff done and get to moving. We're at 18,000 subscribers. Yay. All right. Oh, we got some Poshmark here. Got this Texas Longhorns going to Hawaii. Sold for $7. $7 it is. Cassandra. Wayne's World. And her name was Cassandra. So Jan's got to make a call this morning. She got there was a rescue for a St. Bernard. Marmaduke was his name. He came from a hoarding situation, and they had to go through a court battle to keep the dogs from going back into that hoarding situation. So now that the court things and everything's settled, he's available for adoption. Jan put in an app. She told me about it. I put in an app. She got a text last night, so she's going to call them today. So we might have Marmaduke added to the family soon. Next up, we've got some Adidas Stan Smith. Sold for $17. Headed to Indiana. Vindu sent me some mailers, so make sure if you want to cross list, Vindu link below. Save 20% on your first month's fees. So yeah, Marmaduke, they think he's about 5 years old. A very well-behaved and happy-go-lucky puppy. We got Pure Collection Cashmere Sweater. Sold for $22. Or if you need poly bags, check out my Giro link below, Giro packs. You save 10% on your first order for mailers and poly bags. I just got my next shipment in. And then next on Posh, we've got 3 Cardinals caps. All 3 together, so for $25. Headed to Vero Beach, Florida. I always hate that name, Vero Beach. Vero. And if you go there, you can get in trouble. For being counterfeit. All right, that is all, of the Posh. I got one item that I put up yesterday sold, so that's good. At least I got one. Whoops. Clicking the wrong drop down. All right, we've got a lot of hats going to the UK. That must have been that $60. Got a CD going to Australia and another hat going to Germany. And another hat going to Germany. Those might be together. No, it's not saying they are, so remove 4. All right, first up is the item I put up yesterday. The Living Stereo Story cassette sealed. That's sold for $40, headed to Portland, Oregon. September 4. Stay up there, yo. Everything wants to fall on me. They're attacking me. The bubble attack of the bubble mailers. Killer Tomatoes. Instead of Killer Tomatoes, bubble mailers. That's a reseller horror movie I'm working on. Attack of the Bubble Mailers. And we're gonna send this ground advantage, so less chance of getting broken. Boom, boom. Next up, we've got Washington University t-shirt. So for $11, headed over to University City, Missouri. So not too far away. 20 minutes away. Everything's 20 minutes away in St. Louis. That's pretty much a fact. You could say I'll be there in 20 and you'll be there in at least 20. Even if there's a backup on the highway, because there's so many side roads you could take. Dave. Next up, I found this at the bins, getting in Jan mode when I found it. I won't take it out because it's got a bunch of paper in it, but it's a Vera Bradley glass Christmas ornament. It's pink with flowers on it, and it's a ball. Sold for $22.50. Headed to Alabama. Got a box that should fit in perfectly. It's all nicely packed already, so with shredded paper, so I didn't want to take it out and make a mess. Perfect fit. Perfecto mundo. 6 by 6 by 6. BB. Next up, we've got a patchwork cross hat. Sold for $10.80. Headed to Texas. Pamela. Don't you fall on me. How dare you? Sit. Next up, we've got Bush Razor Blade Suitcase CBE. Sold for $6. Headed to Palm Coast, Florida. That's why you're doing that. We are at 5. Brett. RBETT. Dummy. Looks like I'm closing in on selling out of these, at least what's listed so far. I'm not sure. I've probably got some more in storage somewhere. And it's that Ghost Town DVD that I talked about in the past. Sold for $6. Headed to North Carolina. It's weird how this thing will go in splurts. I don't know if it shows up on like cable or something. But it will go blank for a year, 2 years, and then sell several. That's the way it always has been since I've had this thing. I'd never heard of it or never seen it, so. Dean Tester's Ghost Town. Might have to look that up one day. I say that, but I never have time to look up a movie to actually watch it. I did watch the Barbie movie. That was good. Started out dark, pretty quick. That's what I liked about it. It got dark quick. It's actually a well-done movie. Creatively. What is going on? Get off my fingers. Sticky things. Boom, 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 boom. Joey. She must be talking to him. She's very animated up there. So. Jan's a very friendly people talkative person. Call of Duty 2 for PlayStation 1 disc only. Sold for $7. Headed to Arizona. I need resurfaced. 3. No. And the last US one we've got a funny shirt. That's funny. It's funny. I couldn't wear it too small. Headed to Texas, sold for $15. All right. Review purchases. Let's go. I'm listening. See if I can hear anything. I can give you some first-hand knowledge of what's going on. I can't tell out what she's making. Or can't tell out what she's making. Can't make out what she's saying. Printer les balls. When we got Vern, I was hoping him and Courtney would last about the same time. And I think they would have if he wouldn't have came up with bone cancer. They would have departed the earth about the same time. So now that this one's 5, barring any problems, they usually live to be 8 to 10 years old. And I think Courtney's probably got, 2 or 3 years left in her, barring any surprise problems. Where did I type that? Okay. Type vote. All right. Pirate ship. All right. We got this Australia street sign hat. Headed to Germany. Sold for $9. Yeah, normally I don't get a pop of international stuff like this in the middle of the month. It's usually at the beginning when my web interpreters takes over. Okay, hat, $9, 7 ounces, $9. And of course, I need a number. Copy. Boom. She got louder there for a second. Next up, we've got Toby Keith, Honky Tonk CD. That needs resurfaced also. Head to Australia. Sold for $5. $5 for and then we got one more order here, the multi-order. So I did that test with I did the coupon thing, and it showed up on the side of my things like I was talking about in one video. And so I used coupons, an extra 10% off with coupon if you buy 2 or more. That did not garner any action whatsoever into trying to coax people to put another item in the cart so they can see what kind of great shipping rates there are. Whoops. So onward to the next idea on what I should do there. And finally, we've got headed to the UK, sold for 15 British pounds, so probably about $20-ish. We've got these golf hats that I find these so much, and I always pick them up. I'm like, maybe I should stop picking them up. But then I'll get things like this where a bunch will sell. Whoops. Oh, actually, I got 2 orders left here. But these were all 3 of those hats for about $20. I got another one here. It was hiding under those 3. Golfing is big in St. Louis when it comes to people with money. Not really too much money out, because I don't think it's that. A lot of people in St. Louis like golf. Just put it that way. A lot of golf in St. Louis. Boom, 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 boom. I'm surprised they haven't put an NBA team here yet. We got Uruguay hat. Headed to Germany, sold for $11. I'm not big into basketball or anything, but we always have like the NCAA always does pretty well here, so I know. I'm surprised there hasn't been a harder push for. Did I just show you the hat or not? I'm talking Uruguay hat. Sold for $11. $10.79 to be exact. Oh, where are you going? Germany. Germany. And you need a code too. I heard no cha-chings. Didn't notice any while I was shipping. End of day. Let's see how many internationals sold this weekend then. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, wait. No, more. 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. So 17 international this weekend. See? I told you there was something going on. The sales were down, but the international jumped. So much so I've got to print 3 scan forms out for pirate ship. Saturday, Monday, and this morning. There we go. Generation Clash. Alright. So we're at 113 and we are still at 113 at 10 o'clock. 10:11 to be exact. Alright. Well, there we go. Did I got one more or did y'all print? Yeah, y'all printed it up. Very good. Alright. Thanks everybody. Quicker day. Just trying to knock it out so I can get this stuff to the post office quicker since it's a 3-day weekend. So they're gonna be backed up. So, and Courtney knows what time it is. Oh, somebody put eBay errors today while trying to list a draft. The Upstream Connect error. Oh, I hate that thing. Did some Google research and stuff about server overload and upstream errors. Are the issue indicated that the back end it's forwarding traffic to is unhealthy? Great job, eBay. Which makes sense about bad servers when you see that upstream error, which kind of fits into my whole theory that I, not being an expert, that's what I've always tried to say, that it's server related. So that kind of fits into that. So Well, we'll see how easy it is for me to list today, I guess. You ready to go, girl? She's like, yes, I am. You might be getting a visitor soon. Yes, my baby. My baby. All right. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.